Jessica Ausbrook from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union, and this is the Ripple Effect podcast with the Kokomo Post. We have a very special guest joining us today from the Kokomo Rescue Mission. The Executive Director, Kevin Smith, is here. Hello, Kevin.
Hi, Jessica.
How you doing?
Doing well.
Yeah, busy.
Very busy.
You're very busy over at the Rescue Mission. A huge announcement last month. Let's start there. What are you guys announcing? What are you doing? You're building something.
We are building something. We're getting ready to do something. We are building onto our main building, adding 20,000 square feet of space. We are doubling our men's shelter capacity. We're doubling our dining room, and we're building a new engagement center where community partners are going to be able to work within our building, partnering with us to help folks take steps out of poverty.
So this idea came about how?
We had a lot of things that kind of pointed to it, but we actually had a donor come to us with the idea of creating a place to engage people, and it kind of birthed from there. And then the more we spent time realizing the impact of local inflation on people's households, the more we talked to city administration about the housing needs, we just realized it was time for us to do something to respond to those needs. And we're excited. It's begun.
So now when we talk about housing with the Kokomo Rescue Mission, we have men's housing, we have women's and children's housing, correct?
Correct.
And so you're adding 20 more beds for the men's housing,
No,
right?
no, we are adding much more beds than that.
Woo!
Actually, our capacity for men currently is 65. When we get this completed, we will have a capacity of 130 men. We have had times where we've literally turned away dozens of men during some parts of the year because we just didn't have an empty bed.
Always the time of the year where people really need shelter, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Super hot or super cold.
Absolutely. And also the local court systems are increasingly using us as a partner. So what we're doing is trying to build the capacity to be able to respond no matter what the need is.
I love that. That's so fantastic. Along with all the other programs and services that the Rescue Mission provides. As we get into the holidays, you guys get busier and busier.
Yes, and we're right now getting ready to start our Red Ribbon Christmas registration. It'll be happening later this month, and you can check out our website and find out the exact times and dates. But that's where we invite income-qualified families to let us know who's in their household and the fact they need some help at Christmas. And then for 50 years, hard to believe,
That's
for
amazing.
50 years, we have spent some time late in December delivering boxes of presents
Big
and
boxes.
foods, big boxes, the size that you get a dishwasher
Yeah,
in.
you need a
So-
truck for them.
Yes, and they use trucks or SUVs to deliver them, and we have volunteers that have for years delivered those boxes, walking into families, making possible for them to have the Christmas that all of us would want.
Now, for the Red Ribbon Christmas, you mentioned that can be income-based. Are we looking at families there? Are we looking at individuals? Does it matter?
It does not matter. It can be families with several kids, or often it's an individual, maybe living in some sort of subsidized housing. They have no other family around, and without Red Ribbon Christmas, Christmas really won't be very special for them.
And I think that sometimes we really don't think about the effect that loneliness has on people. And it doesn't matter the socioeconomic background. Loneliness is rough. And I imagine that seeing that person from the volunteer from the Kokomo Rescue Mission at Christmas time, bringing gifts is really a helpful thing to perk people up a little bit.
Yes, and that's why we are not a rescue mission version of Amazon with a delivery driver that just drops it off at the door. We have dozens of volunteers that pull through in their vehicles. We load the boxes in, they take them, and they make it a tradition. We've got people that used to go with their parents, and now they go with their grandkids.
Oh, wow.
And deliver the boxes, and it's just a great example of how to reach out in the community and connect with people that, like you say, are lonely and often forgotten.
Yep, which we don't want to do. We
No.
want to make sure that they're taken care of too. Now, we talked a little bit about Christmas. We're going to rewind a little bit. Thanksgiving is always a big day for the Rescue Mission.
It is. And again, for 50 years, we have partnered with Grace United Methodist Church to offer a Thanksgiving feast, a meal. You know how it is at Thanksgiving. You want to have a big meal, lots of food and things. We will prepare. We have folks that donate, and then we prepare 100 turkeys.
Wow.
And yes.
Who prepares 100 turkeys? That's a lot.
We have a great kitchen staff. So we have 100 turkeys. We have numerous hams and things to where you will receive a to-go box with a healthy portion of turkey, dressing, ham, vegetables, dessert, roll, and we will package those up. Some people drive up and pick them up. Individuals where they walk up to their door, hand them the meal, and then they get to enjoy the same Thanksgiving dinner that all of us like to have.
We were chatting a little bit earlier about the amount of people that you serve for Thanksgiving, and that number is high.
It is. Last year, it was somewhere in excess of 1,100, and we expect similar numbers this year.
Okay, so as far as the turkeys and the hams go, are those taken care of, or do you need donations?
We always need donations. Truthfully, we feed some people of our community every day of the year. So we always need canned foods. We always need protein. We always need meat. And if you give a turkey and we already have enough for this year, we will freeze it and use it next year. So we can always use donations.
Yeah, and so if you are at Kroger or at Meijer and you see that there's a massive sale on turkey, and there will be a few more times before the end of the year, pick one up, take it to the Rescue Mission. They'll definitely use it to help folks who might be a little bit hungry. Now, Kevin, we've talked a lot about the things, the special events. So the things that you do on Thanksgiving and Christmas and then News Center, but you also mentioned serving meals every single day. And you said we serve meals to a few people every day. How many people is a few people?
We serve on average 300 hot meals every day of the year.
Every single day. That's
yes,
a lot of
that's
people.
over 108,000 meals last year. And we're seeing those numbers go up because increasingly when people go to the grocery store, they have their money for food and they go through and buy the items they think they need. They run out of money before they run out of items they need. So we have folks that show up. We have folks that every day bring their kids in, and that's where they eat, and that's how they're able to eat. So we're excited about that. We don't take a day off. Christmas Day we serve. 4th of July we serve. Every day we serve, and that one is not income qualified. You can walk in, and we'll hand you a hot tray of food with a smile.
Okay, so what's for lunch today? Do we know yet?
I don't know, but you're welcome.
We'll have to pop over and check it out.
Absolutely.
For sure.
It's a close, short walk.
It is a very short walk. Now, the Rescue Mission has been serving people in our community for a very, very long time. I mean, you mentioned that 50-year mark, but it's been longer than that, hasn't it?
Yes, we are a 72-year service organization in this community, and I'm just thrilled at the legacy of the Kokomo Rescue Mission. We have people that we have helped that now serve as volunteers. We have people that we have helped that are now on staff. And we have people that come back with their kids and say, this is the place that helped us. Ugh. So it's just a wonderful impact on this community. And it takes a lot of people. We have a nice, wonderful staff. We also have hundreds and hundreds of volunteers and literally thousands of donors that make possible the ministries of the Kokomo Rescue Mission.
I know we do a few big food drives every year, and we just wrapped up the big canned food drive in the fall and had a lot of great donations, but that's not going to hold you over for the entire year or for the rest of the next 12 months, will it?
No, that's why people show up at surprising times with surprising donations, because we cannot fully estimate how many people are going to come in needing assistance from us, where we hand them a bag of groceries, or how many people are going to show up in our dining room. So we just keep asking folks to bring in donations, and I promise you, we will leverage them to the fullest.
I love that. Well, with the Care and Share store, you really can't beat the program that you have going on there. It is super helpful for people who might need a little bit of a discount on those items, and it helps the Rescue Mission too.
It does. It provides a wonderful chunk of income to help with our operating costs. It gives some of our residents a chance to volunteer and to learn some retail experience, and it does provide for folks that, no offense to anybody, but folks that can't afford to go to Kohl's or TJ Maxx, they can walk into our Care and Share store and receive very good, gently used items that will make them feel good about themselves when they wear them as much as if it was brand new.
Now, are there specific items that you're looking for the store? Is it business attire, casual, anything in particular for the store?
We can use, and we will try to sell anything that's donated. But truthfully, we really are very interested in children's wear, children's clothes. Often adults can come up with various things, but it's hard to find kids' clothes, kids' shoes, kids' toys. We use toys and repurpose toys in our Red Ribbon Christmas. We also sell toys in the store. We have a Christmas sale that'll be coming up here in a few weeks where folks can walk in and buy things in the store. So a lot of things geared towards kids and families,
Okay.
I think.
That's good information to know, that if you have, a kiddo who's growing out of things, take those items to the Care and Share store. They're going to be right back into our community, all while helping the Kokomo Rescue Mission. Now, as we look forward to 2025, what does that look like for the Rescue Mission?
Well, the building project we talked about earlier will keep going on. They tell us it will be sometime in early 2026 if we are fortunate when it gets completed. And I would love to come back and talk to you about the ribbon cutting that will happen hopefully early in 2026.
So I'm trying to visualize. I know where the Kokomo Rescue Mission is. This will be on the same property?
Yes, you come out from the main building and you can already see our folks driving by that we are tearing down that storage building that used to be known as the Bollinger Law Office there just off of Washington. We'll be coming out to the east all the way to Washington, most of the way to Mulberry with this new addition, and it's already starting to take shape. You can drive by, you can see it.
Now, like everything, that costs money. Construction costs money, feeding people costs money. Now, as far as the construction project goes, do you still need any help funding that, or are we good there?
Yes, we need still our fundraising towards covering the full costs. When we had our groundbreaking, we were able to identify in excess of $5 million that was already committed to the project, but we believe the project's going to take somewhere in the neighborhood of $8.5 million. So we are still fundraising to complete the project. We know it's going to happen, but we're going to need people from the community to step up and help out.
That's great. Now, fundraising for that, that building, cash. I mean, cash donations are what you need for that. I'm not afraid to ask that. Please donate your cash to the Kokomo Rescue Mission. It's the easiest way to donate, and it's the best way for you guys to make the most use of our money.
Yes, cash donations. We're also, our Engage campaign is a 3-year pledge campaign. So folks that say, I don't know if I can give very much right now, but I could give so much a month or so much a quarter, they can pledge it in those units. We can also take donations of goods and services. Again, we're early in the project. Come by and talk to us, and maybe you can help us with some things that we're going to need to use to, for instance, furnish the building or equip it. And maybe you've got an organization or a business that could help be a part of that.
That'd be great. Yeah. So early 2026 for that facility.
I hope it's early. I have done building projects before, and it will probably be closer to mid-2026.
A little different timeline there.
It is, but 2026, sometime, we will cut the ribbon.
That's exciting.
And say we are open for business.
That is incredibly exciting. Serving even more people in Kokomo and in Howard County. And as you mentioned earlier, and as we know, if you've picked up a newspaper or turned the radio on the last 6 months, that we have an issue with folks not having a place to live. And it's a lot of people who don't have somewhere to live, whether they're maybe sleeping in an alleyway, or maybe they're in the car, or they're couch surfing. It affects a massive group of people.
It does. And it's kind of the dichotomy of this local community. I mean, we're blessed with the battery plant and the wonderful jobs, the construction jobs, and now they're getting ready to start with production out there and people moving in. But we also at the same time have the lower parts of the continuum that just are struggling more and more as the housing and rent prices went up. They can't afford what used to be affordable, and they need organizations like us, not just to help them in their poverty, but this is what we're so excited about. We're going to help them identify how they get steps out of their poverty to where instead of them becoming homeless, they go on their way to self-dependence and to a life like all of us want to live.
Mm-hmm. Now that program, those types of programs are already in existence at the Rescue Mission. They're just going to continue to grow.
Well, we're going to expand them. Our engagement center is going to house a new program to where we are building offices that we will not occupy, but community partners will. We are building classrooms that we won't teach all the classes, but we will have people from Ivy Tech, from maybe the Excel Center and other places come in and teach classes under our roof. We'll provide a computer lab that people can use to help people with their technology training. And we see this as a true partnership with everybody in the community who is trying to help people, and they're doing it at their location, and go over here, and here's the directions to here. Nope, come in, set up shop at our place maybe for a day or an afternoon, and we'll get you lined up with people that need to see you.
Oh, that's great, because sometimes having that facilitator there, when you are at a low and you're not sure where your next meal is coming from, and you're not sure where you're going to live next month, having someone who is open and happy to tell you, okay, so this is what I would do if I were running low on food. I'd reach out to the rescue mission, or I'd call United Way, or I'd pop over here. So there will be someone who will be coordinating those resources for the individuals who come in to take advantage of the new facility.
We will have somebody coordinating the program. We will have navigators that meet people. We will have volunteers that greet them, that offer them a hot drink and a cookie. We will have showers available. Maybe they say, I've been sleeping in my car for a while and it's been a long time. So we'll have showers available. We'll have laundry facilities available. They can stop in and use our new dining room, which will have expanded capacity, round tables. We believe there'll be volunteers sitting at the tables as table hosts. When somebody comes to sit down, say, hey, set your tray down there, and my name's Jessica. What's yours?
Love that.
And make them feel welcome, make them feel like they matter.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, the Kokomo Rescue Mission does such a great job of that, of seeing people, meeting them right where they are, and helping to pull them out of that dark spot. So with the men's shelter, with the women and children's shelter, just with all of the programs and services you provide, I feel like I've missed something because there are so many with the Kokomo Rescue Mission. Is there anything else you want folks to know about with the mission?
Well, I would mention this. You mentioned it. We have a women and children's shelter where moms with kids can come and get their feet back under them and graduate from the programs they need to, maybe get a job and get started out into life. We have a women's shelter right behind our donation warehouse that is just for women without kids, that it runs full almost every day, and it works very intentionally with the local court systems. And then our new space in our new men's shelter will include a couple of rooms for dads with kids. Sometimes dads have their kids and they can't put a roof over them, and we're going to build some space. That's new for us, and it's pretty new for this community. And we're believing that's going to be a nice component to what we're getting ready to do.
We are seeing the effects in our world of, maybe parents not being able to be in their children's lives like they want to. This is going to provide what a great opportunity for, one, our community, two, for the folks who use the resources of the Kokomo Rescue Mission, which you wouldn't realize it, but is probably a lot more people than you think.
It is, and it's growing. I wish it wasn't. I wish we had no reason to be in business. But as long as the need is here, we want to step up and do something to try to help meet it.
All right, and you can help the Kokomo Rescue Mission in many different ways. Kevin, how do we reach out to you? How do we donate, and what do you need?
Okay. How do you reach out? You can reach out through calling our main office number. It's 765-456-3838, or you can go to our website, kokomorescuemission.org. And you can volunteer. You can stop by and talk to our volunteer coordinator about how to get involved in some of our programs. You can spend some time just with a tour, kind of seeing some of the things that Jessica and I just talked about. Or you can drop off donations at our donation warehouse, furniture, household products, clothing, and we will make sure we make full use of that. Or you can simply go online and say, I want to become a donor. And we have hundreds, Jessica, of what we call Partners in Hope, recurring donors that give to us each month. Mm-hmm. And it just provides kind of the basis for what we build the foundation of our funding on. So it is wonderful when we have somebody say, you know what, I get paid every month. I'm going to take a portion of that, give it to the Kokomo Rescue Mission, and it will make a difference, I promise you.
And it adds up, especially, you do $5 a pay period. Those types of things add up through over the year, and you really can make a difference. I mean, I think sometimes people think, well, what's my $5 going to do? Well, your $5 is going to do a lot.
Well, if I could tell you a story, there's a donor that comes in twice a year, and he cashes his paycheck and takes a portion out of the paycheck and sets it in an envelope and lets it add up. And every 6 months he walks in and says, here's the envelope. And last envelope he brought in was in excess of $4,000.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is incredible.
Yeah.
It's such a nice way to save, too.
Yes. And he said to me walking out, he said, see you in 6 months.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. That is amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
And it takes people like that in order to take care of all the people in our community that we need to take care of.
It does. And we also are so blessed with businesses. We have a program we call Food Rescue, where we have drivers that go around certain mornings of the week to area restaurants and businesses that serve food to where they say, you know what, we weren't able to sell this yesterday. It's still good, but we're not going to be selling it today. So they give us donuts, or they give us leftover pizzas, or they give us bread or other things that they cannot serve any longer, but it's still healthy and good to be served, and we bring it back and repurpose it in our meal ministry.
I mean, that takes a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Whoever is in charge of your meal ministry has to be very quick on their toes.
They are, and they're very flexible and creative.
Yeah, they have to be. They definitely have to be. Kevin Smith with us from the Kokomo Rescue Mission. So many exciting things happening with the mission. Kevin, one more time, how do we reach out to you?
Call 765-456-3838, and somebody will be able to talk to you to tell you more about what we've just talked about, or go to our website at kokomorescuemission.org. We also have a Facebook page which has some wonderful information on it and videos and stories. We would love to talk to you about how you can help us help folks that need it the most.
Like that. Again, Kevin from the Kokomo Rescue Mission, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time.
All right. Thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome. That'll wrap up the Ripple Effect podcast for this week. I'm Jessica Ausbrook from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union.